do is hide away. All we do is hide away. All we do is chase the day.
Hi BookTube, it's Missy, and today I'm here to share with you guys my April TBR for 2018. I have a nice stack here of want to read books. They are tentative. I'm really hoping to get to them. There are a couple that is a necessity, but I would like to get to all of these. I am currently in the middle of a couple, and I know that this is the second week of April, but last week I was on vacation, camping and hiking, and I didn't know if I would read anything while I was camping. Sometimes I don't have time to. This time I did have a little bit of time. I read about 30% of a book that I had on my Kindle, which I also had in physical form, so that's always a good thing. But yeah, I will get to all of that in just a second. The first two books that I want to talk about first, though, is The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon by Stephen King and Dolores Claiborne, also by Stephen King. This book here is April's pick for the Stephen King 2018 read-along. I will leave the Goodreads group down below if you would like to join us. I don't, as the host, I don't post very often. I'm terrible at remembering to do that, but I did want to have a place for people to congregate to discuss our reads. So this is April's pick, and this was March's pick. Someone told me that I needed to listen to this on audio, and so I started it this morning. I am 22 pages in, and it's fabulous. The lady has an accent that I cannot duplicate. I don't know what she's from an island. I don't even know if it's a real island or if it's fictional, but she has a very cool accent. Sounds a little northern, like from Minnesota, where she's got this little like a uplift to her words. Anyways, I am absolutely loving it. And the other thing is that this book has no chapters. Not that I could see anyway. There's no breaks, so I wouldn't know when to stop. I'm usually a break of a chapter kind of girl, so I'm glad I'm listening to it on audio. Again, it's fabulous. There was a part where she was asking for a glass of water, and in the audio, you could hear the cop sliding it on the wooden table, which I thought was so cool. I love those extra, like, background noises to makes it more realistic, like you're watching a movie instead of just, you know, listening to someone yak on a tape. So these are the two books that I plan on reading this month. These are definites. This one's a little bit longer. It's, what is it, like 200? This is almost 300 pages, 298. I'm already on page 22. It's going well. And then this one is 223 pages, I think. So this one's a lot shorter. Hopefully I can get through both of these this month. That would be awesome. And so far, I am loving both of them. So keeping my fingers crossed because I really want to get back to the Dark Tower series. I am in the middle of book 7, but one of the main characters in the quartet is very hurt, and I don't want to read anymore right now. I am just in love with the quartet that my heart is breaking for the inevitability of losing a major character, and it makes me sad. So I'm putting it on hold so I can catch up with my group. Again, I apologize for being a terrible host. I get so, you know, caught up in being a mom and working and doing chores and trying to read to catch up with everything else that I forget that I am the host of something and I need to be discussing things with you. But you guys can post whatever you want. That's always a good thing, and I will try to keep up with you guys. All right, the next book I have here is The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. This is one of Lala's favorites. I started buddy reading this with Penelope last month. She actually finished it, and I'm halfway through. I am really liking it. It's about two people who meet in an airport because they both are on the same plane, and the plane is, you know, has a delay. And the man starts talking about how his wife is having an affair and he really wants to kill her. And the woman he's speaking to in the bar says, "Why don't you?" Which is such a good start to a book. She goes, "I'll help you. Kill her." I'm like, yes, I want to read this book. All right, the next one is Unburied Carol by Josh Malerman. This comes out on the 10th of April, which is tomorrow. I love Josh Malerman. I loved The Bird Box. I read Black Mad Wheel, and it was just okay. I read House at the Bottom of the Lake, and again, that was just okay. So I'm really hoping that this is another 5-star read, that this is another Bird Box, because Bird Box is the epitome of anxiety in a book. It's a standalone. You're fearful the whole time. He's just an amazing writer. Even though I didn't like his other 2 books, it doesn't say that the writing is bad. It's just the subject matter didn't really interest me much. So I'm really hoping that this is just absolutely amazing. And again, I need this in my life. I need it. And I can't wait to read it. And speaking of Josh Malerman, I have Goblin here by Josh Malerman. Now you guys may have seen this book in January. This was the only book I bought in January. This was $50. I know it's absolutely outrageous for a book price, but if you think about going out to dinner and buying drinks, that's $50. Buying a brand new pair of Nike tennis shoes is probably going to be $50. There's lots of things that you can spend $50 on. So when people go, oh, $50 on a book is kind of expensive. Well, it just depends on what you buy. If you don't mind spending $50 on shoes, that will be worn out and thrown away, where a book will never be worn out and thrown away. It just depends on your taste. So this is published by Earthling Publications. I will leave the link down below if you're interested. This is a limited book. There's only 500 of them, and I have number 219, and it's signed by Josh Malerman. So I have the signature. It's a collected works. There's only so many of them. It comes with a ribbon, and it's just gorgeous. The cover is gorgeous. The inside end pages are gorgeous. I cannot wait to read this. It's just beautiful. And again, yeah, $50 is kind of a lot, but to each their own. It just depends on what you like to buy. I don't know what the number is now though, so if you are interested in this book, again, the link is down below if you want to try and get your hands on one. They also have other books that were different Halloween features for every, I don't know when they started this, maybe in 2010? I could be totally wrong and lying to you guys. Just check out the website. I'm excited. Penelope is reading this month, and I may not be able to buddy read the entire thing with her, but I do want to try a few. There are 10, I think, 10 short stories in here, and I'm looking forward to every single one of them. Go Josh Malerman. I love you. All right, the next book I have is the book that I was reading on my camping trip, and that is The Lost Causes by Jessica Kuzid-Etting and Alyssa Embry-Schwartz. Now, this is about 5 high school kids who have been deemed lost causes. They all have some kind of psychological issue. I don't want to say issue. That's not a very nice thing to say. So one has OCD. One has anger management problems. One is tried to kill herself, and so she's, like a gothic, black clothes wearing girl who, doesn't see the point of living. And then we have a boy he's kind of like, oh, what's his name? From Ferris Bueller. Oh, why can't I think of his name? Ferris Bueller's best friend. And he's sick, and he's a hypochondriac, and he's always sick. So one of the main characters in here is like that. He's just always sick, and his teachers and his parents are just tired of hearing him complain. So there's all these kids who have some kind of problem at school with their psyche or emotions, and they have been forgotten by teachers and parents. So the FBI has come in and has slipped them a new serum that causes psychic abilities to be predominant in their existence. I could be saying this completely wrong. Meaning, sometimes I think I am saying the correct words in a sentence, and that's not what the meaning is of that certain word. So basically, now they have kind of like superpowers, but it's like supernatural powers. And they're trying to catch a killer. That's basically the synopsis of this book. Yeah, I'm really liking it. I'm very fascinated about if they're going to catch the killer or not. And again, the writing's very good. I mean, it's not Shakespeare, but it's keeping my interest. There's no dramatic places in here that I need to pause on and be like, ew, I hate the way she says that, or I don't like the writing style, or there's so many grammatical errors. There's nothing like that in this book. I'm really enjoying it. All right, another book I would love to get to is Driven, which is the first book in the Leap Fold book. This is number 1 by Dane Cobain. Again, dude, I am so excited that you sent this to me. This is a detective story set in England. And that's it. That's all I want to say. I'm just excited because anything that's based in the UK it gives me butterflies. I'm such a fan. This is silly. Okay. Next we have Dawn in Damnation. This is by Clark Casey. I received this from either the author or the publicist for this author. I'm really looking forward to it. It's supposed to be Gunslinger meets Salem's Lot, and I'm all for it. I can't wait. I mean, look at this cheesy cover. I can't. I'm so excited. Gunslingers and vampires. Who would have thought? All right, the next thing I have here is an unsolicited book that I received from Entangled Teen a couple weeks ago, and this is Zombie Abbey by Lauren Barretts Logstead. This comes out this month, so I really wanted to read it and review it. They haven't asked me to do so, but I would like to do that for them to say thank you for sending it to me. It's 1920s England. It's supposed to be Downtown Abbey meets Pride and Prejudice meets zombies, which, hey, that sounds fun. I can't wait. And then this one I received by Seahorse. Is it Seahorse? Sky Pony. That's not even the same thing. I received this from Sky Pony Publishing a few months back. I requested it. I really wanted to read it back then, and I still do, but it got buried under all these books, and I forgot I had it. And that is Brooding YA Hero Becoming a Main Character Almost as Awesome as Me by Carrie DeRiso, illustrated by Linnea Gear. It says Twitter sensation. I don't know anything about this book other than it's got massive font. It's like 22. I'm exaggerating, but it's huge. The font is huge. It's kindergarten font. And I'm thinking that this is going to be super funny and it's going to go by really quickly. So I'm hoping to pick this up in between all of my other serious books. I don't read serious books, but I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, and the last book of the month is a beast, and that is Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is the third book of the Illuminate Files series. I don't know if this is the third and final. I didn't look it up. I would read everything that they wrote about this world. I love it so much, and even though it's massive, the writing on each page is not that much. It's like IMs and emails and surveillance and just, you know, it's a fast read. I can read this whole thing in a day, like I did with the last one, Gemina. I think I read in 4 hours. So yeah, looking forward to this one. If you have read any of these books, let me know down below what you thought of them. What are you reading in the month of April? And other than that, please wish me luck that I can get through the majority of these books. I think that's it. I sometimes dabble and I pick up other books. I don't plan on finishing those ones. I really want to stick to these ones. And I don't have the 2 books that I'm reading to my kids, but I already showed that to you guys in my wrap-up for March. I am still reading Gustav Gloom Book 2 to my children and Rump the Real Story of Rumpelstiltskin. It's very cute and I am loving it. We just got to the turning straw into gold portion and I'm very excited to see what he does. So, with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon.